What up, world? Your boy Charles Brown back again. Another Talking Facts. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell. All right, man. A white gunman, motivated by hate and dressed in tactical gear, killed 10 people and wounded 3 others Saturday afternoon at a Buffalo, New York supermarket. The suspect, an 18-year-old man, shot 13 people, 11 of whom were black and 2 who are white, at the Tops Friendly Market, the Buffalo Police Commissioner Joseph Gramaglia said. Officials said he streamed the attack on a social media platform. A Twitch spokesperson said the platform has investigated and confirmed that the stream was removed less than 2 minutes after the violence started. It goes on to say more things about this so-called white supremacist, but I want to talk about this, right? This kid, 18-year-old, says he was radicalized, right? They got these new words for a lot of stuff. He was radicalized online during the pandemic, and he felt that they have this replacement. It's called a replacement theory, right? This is what the new thing is amongst the white people on 4chan and all these different places, that there is a replacement theory that people of color are replacing white people, and Jewish people are replacing white people, and Jewish people are replacing white people with people of color. It's just a whole replacement thing, right? And he claims he was bored at the beginning of coronavirus, and by the end of 2020, he was fully radicalized and he was ready to go and act out on this replacement theory that he was in such fear of at 18 years old. He had military gear on, tactical gear on, and he had I believe he had more than one weapon, but he was shooting, he stopped shooting. It's like a whole lot of details about this. He shot, he stopped, he shot people walking in, he shot people when he got in, but I want to talk about this, right? And apparently four store employees were shot. So this is the white supremacist manifesto. This is what they're building their whole brand around at this point. You know, their marketing scheme is now, if you don't act now, we'll be replaced, right? Meanwhile, they're the majority in this country by a lot, right? You got to put people of color all together to pass these people, right? It's more of them than us. Let's put it like that. But they're afraid of being replaced. Now, my thing is, we've been brutalized, hunted, killed, beat up, shot, stabbed, degraded, dehumanized for hundreds of years, right? All of a sudden, you're afraid of us. You're afraid. You're running in he went to this black-owned, well, not black-owned, but he went to this black neighborhood because he said this was the closest place to him where it would be a lot of black people. He went to this store, which is called a soft target, right? With full-on tactical gear, right? The whole 9. That means bulletproof this and helmets and all tactical gear. You're ready to go, right? You're shooting at grandmas. You're shooting at grandmas, employees who have no weapons, people who don't know you're coming, people who don't know you have this anger, this hate. And we're calling it hate is fear. This is the scariest, not scary to me. I'm talking about this dude is a scaredy cat. All of these guys, they come in silence, they come in the night, they come in the day, in the middle of the day at soft targets like supermarkets and churches, right? To somehow do what? To somehow even what? It ain't white supremacy no more. We need to stop using that term. This is white fear at its finest. He didn't go on the block. He didn't go in the hood where dudes are surely busting back, right? He didn't go there. He went to the supermarket where the green beans at, kale, carrots, grandma's shopping for their babies. He went there. He went to the supermarket in full-on tactical gear. Shot as many people as he could, and guess what happened? When the police came there, they were able to convince him to surrender peacefully. And you know what he did? Instead of putting that thing to his dome like a real man, right? What he should have did, put it to his dome and ended it. He took off his gear, gave it up, put the weapon down, quietly got handcuffed. Now, I'm getting shot in the face for looking like I got a weapon, right? I thought he was a threat. I was scared for my life, put it like that. They'll kick in my door, point the weapons at me. If I flinch, I'm out of here. But he clearly he just killed 10 people. And he can just be coerced to put the weapon down. Why we ain't dumping off on this guy? On sight. Right? It's white fear at its finest. Right? When you're this scared of being quote unquote replaced, there's no chance of replacing you, buddy. Just like there's no chance of replacing it. We're here, you here. It is what it is. We got to live here. Ain't nothing going to change. The 10 people you killed, murder, rest in peace to the 10 people. But you did not stop black people. You didn't do nothing. You put a lot of pain in a lot of people's heart, but they're going to go on. So your white fear is unjustified, and your reaction to it is irrelevant. Because at the end of the day, you tried to send a message to all of us, right? And it's a horrible message you sent. You got 2 white people, but they just collateral damage because they happen to be there. They might have been employees, for all I know. But at the end of the day, your entire message was to scare people. And if you could have killed every black person in that store, you would have. But it doesn't mean you're supreme to anyone. It doesn't make you better than anyone. It actually makes you worse, right? You have just proven your inferiority. You didn't go military for military. You didn't go squad for squad. You didn't suit up and say, okay, at 1 o'clock, we gonna handle this. Get your best 10, we gonna get our best. It wasn't like that. You crept in on the most sucker shit ever. Shooting old ladies and little kids, right? Young guys, teenagers that's working at a grocery store. Shooting the manager. You ain't tough for that, bro. And then you surrender peacefully. Nothing you did was supreme to me. You didn't do anything that makes me think, oh yeah, we have to respect this guy. Right? We have to respect this whole movement that he has over here. You drove hours to somewhere that you don't live, that no one knows you're coming, and you start to kill random people. Right? It says here that a security guard returned fire, but the rounds didn't appear to penetrate the suspect's ballistic gear. The suspect returned fire and fatally shot the guard. The guard is doing his job. He has a gun. What happened to a good guy with a gun could stop a bad guy with a gun? I guess that don't count, right? White fear at its finest, and we need to start calling this what it is. We need to stop saying white supremacy. Ain't nothing supreme about these guys. Nothing. I don't see it. I don't see the supreme being in this guy. And then you want to blame it on radicalized. I got radicalized online when it was 2020. I was bored. You wanted to do that. You just wanted a reason to do it. You wanted to be a sucker. If you didn't do this, you would have went to the school and did it anyway. You wanted to do this anyway. Full on grade A sucker shit. 100% punk. And we need to start calling this out for what it is. These people did nothing to this guy but be black. Right? So I just want to say something, and I'm gonna leave it alone, right? As you start to see more and more of these things, we don't need to see more of them. But as you notice, it's always the lone gunner, right? The punk ass lone gunner who should have domed himself. Just put it under your chin, buddy, next time, right? End of the day, you see the lone gunner he latched onto any reason. They're gonna find any reason to be to put themselves in a position of assumed power. You're not in power. You're only in power with that weapon because you're not gonna have no power in that prison. You're still a loser, right? And as we see these people do these things, we need to understand and respect it for what they is. These are cowards. These are cowards that are manifesting cowardly behavior and using something else as a guise for it. If it wasn't racism, it'd be something else with a punk like this. So we need to call it for what it is. These are scared little cowards. And ain't nothing supreme about them. That's all I got to say about that. CLBMG.com. I'm going to catch y'all on the flip side. Peace.
CLB.